wild and woolly interwebs, it is I, Hewlett, least fit of all the nerds, the Lord of Lard, here with another Burn and Learn. And what is a Burn and Learn, you say? Well, it is my bid to stay alive and fit long enough to raise my amazing son, currently playing Terraria, and to enjoy the coming twilight years of my brilliant, beautiful wife, Jane, who is making me feel very guilty right now because there's delicious smells of dinner coming from upstairs, and I should probably have done that myself. So, I hate exercise. It's boring, so I like to learn something while I'm doing it. I like to share what I've learned with you in the sweatiest, most miserable, self-indulgent way possible. So, if you don't see a video, it means I haven't exercised. Actually, that's not entirely true now because I'm kind of addicted to this yoga thing. My torturess of a wife, has been making me do these yoga sessions, and they're kind of addictive. Like, you sort of go like, I'm a rusty spring and I have been sprung and now I must, I want to remain, sort of like springy and stuff. So I've been doing a fair bit of that, not every day, and certainly not as much exercise as I should be. But today I thought I must leap on the torture device. I did 40 minutes, which isn't bad for me. Not great, but not bad. I did it nice and intense. Like, I committed to it. And for the learning part of my Burn and Learn, I was looking at WordPress plugin development, basically, and sort of taxonomies, ways of organizing the site and having the site organized and creating different ways of different types of pages and different types of content in the pages. And that's because I'm working on Soliloquio, which is my monologues website. So that is all in WordPress right now. I had a fantastic chat today with Harklight, who's been just extraordinary. He created this entire Joomla website, which basically does everything I needed it to do. But unfortunately, because of the cost of video, we may have to stick with the WordPress site that I started, just because it's just trying to find a service that allows you to stream the number and the size of videos that I will be doing with this monologue site is going to be prohibitive. So we may have to go back to the WordPress thing. We'll see. Anyways, I really appreciate him helping out on that. I've also got a kind of a fun podcasty thing tonight. We're doing a Canadian sort of first weekend club thing, which is basically, it's kind of fun. It's like, it's a group that helps promote the sort of first weekend of Canadian movies. So help them out when they hit that box office for the first time. Of course, there is no box office right now. So we are doing, we have an Apple release of Who You Know. So the cast of Who You Know are all going to sit around and gab about the movie and stuff. And it should be kind of fun. Cast and the writer-director, Jake as well. And of course, Jane, who produced the movie. So please tune into that. I'll try to find a link for you to put in here. And what other things of interest do I have to tell you? Yes, I guess I should talk about the world. And I've sort of, if you've seen the Twitch streams that I've done recently, you'll know that I have sort of started to address this. And I mean try to work it out for myself. Because I realized that I always thought I was sort of being respectfully silent. And because I didn't want to offend anybody or say the wrong thing, or who am I to speak to these things as a white, privileged male like I am. And now I guess, from sitting back and listening and learning and seeing what's going on in the world, I mean, just the awful things that are happening to black people in our society, I feel like it's important that I do start trying to address this stuff, if only to explore it for myself, to see how I can help, if there's any way I can help. I guess I've sort of avoided it because I'm worried about saying the wrong thing, and I'm worried about doing the wrong thing, or I guess everyone's fear is they're suddenly going to find out they're racist or something. And the reality is, I've already answered that, because I am. I mean, the very nature, whether it's an unconscious bias or whether it's just instinctive responses as a white privileged man, I realize that, of course I'm part of the problem, whether I mean to be or not. I'm a part of this problem, and so I'm very much looking to sort of pursue this the way I pursue everything else, which is to sort of with sort of passion and curiosity and excitement at the fact that I'm about to learn something, and perhaps this time with a little bit more fear and trepidation, because I do feel like there's just so many landmines to sort of step on in this kind of an area. But I do think it's important to do, and it's something I am going to try very much to do now. I mean, one of the first things I did was I thought, let's address racism in online gaming, like the stuff that happens in the comments with the kids. So I started talking to them about that with my PC bandits, with, I don't know, questionable effect. I mean, I got a lot of glazed eyes, and they're like, why is he suddenly teaching us? But I'll figure out, I guess, better ways of bringing it up and talking about it. But I just thought maybe, just maybe, stumble across this stuff by accident again sometime, and they'll think, oh, that's like what David was talking about. That's what David was on about. We should delete this, or we should ban this, or we should report this, or just again, with the few sort of tools and access and community network access I have, how can I start, trying to make a little bit of a difference? So I thought that's my first feeble attempt at it. And then I started thinking about, well, Soliloquio, is there a way I could be using that to sort of forward, the whole concept of Black Lives Matter, and that things have to change. I mean, that there's this, racism in society that's just, that I have been very fortunate in my privileged upbringing and the color of my skin, that I've been able to somehow be unaware and ignore, what there was. So I thought with Soliloquio, maybe there's a way. I've been talking about doing events, like what I could do, like themed events for monologues. And I thought this just seemed like a great opportunity maybe to have actors speak to this stuff. Like, what if we could do like an anti-racist themed monologue thing, or an equality-based topic of some sort. So I'm trying to work out how best to word that and put that out there, and obviously not in any way sound like I'm jumping on a bandwagon or anything. Although this would be a good bandwagon to jump on, I would say. Again, I feel like because it's a free site, because it's there for the actors, that it won't be. It's not my own. I think it could truly be something that could benefit people. So, and there's just been some amazing performances. Like, I've just seen some, there was a black actor, younger black actor, who did a scene from Raisin in the Sun that I just like, it hurt to watch. It was amazing. And I was like, I actually emailed him because I was like, this is so good. This is so much what I want this to be. And then all of this stuff in the world sets on fire, or certainly the U.S. and suddenly this stuff seems so much more important. It seems so much more than just a play and just words. You think maybe this could change people's minds. So, anyways, that's where I'm at with that. And obviously, I welcome any stuff you've got. I mean, let's keep it respectful. Obviously, I know there are people going to have different opinions on how I approach this, and I will make mistakes, and I am terrified to do that. But if I do, then I do, and I will learn from them. So now I think I probably shouldn't be looking like this when I do our Q&A for the movie. I think I might put people off the movie entirely. So I should go change. So I will say, until we geek again, sweaty or not. Cheerio!